Right, welcome everybody to another edition of ISBC Truth Channel right here on ISBC Truth with your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host,
Sister Smith, baby.
Sister Smith, baby. And if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Become a subscriber. Next to that subscribe button is a bell. Hit that bell so you'll be notified when we drop this breaking news on you. Next to that bell is just a like button, a lit button. Make sure we lit by hitting that lit button in the easy for sheezy. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
Britney Griner speaks out for first time since being released from Russian prison. Britney Griner thanks her family and friends and credited her faith for surviving her time in custody on Friday in her first comment since being released.
So, Sister Smith, it says she credited her faith. Her faith in what?
I don't know. It don't say.
Because it can't be her faith in Jesus. Why? Because Leviticus chapter 20 says, man that lie down with man as I do with a woman, that is an abomination. And woman that lie down with woman as I do with a man, that is an abomination.
Right.
So when she says she credited her faith, it is not Christianity. It is not Christian. It's Babylonian faith. She credits her Babylonian faith because she is acting in a Babylonian spirit. To be the way she is, it's a Babylonian spirit. Who's the king of Babylon? Nimrod. Is who people are worshiping and celebrating this month, Christmas. Go ahead.
Yeah. Crediting her faith for surviving her time in custody on Friday in her first comment since being released from a Russian prison early this month. It feels so good to be home. The last 10 months have been a battle at every turn, Griner wrote on Instagram. I dug deep to keep my faith, and it was the love from so many of you.
Listen to this. She said the last 10 months. 10 is completion, people. 10 is completion. So she completed. So that whole thing that she did in that Russian jail was a form of a punishment ritual. And when she had to do that for 10 months. Now she's done. Go ahead.
It was the love from so many of you that helped keep me going. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone for your help. The U.S. swapper, the WNBA star for convicted Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout on December 8th. Griner post and Instagram include a photo of her stepping off a plane in Texas upon returning to the U.S. and a photo of her hugging her wife, Sherelle.
That's not her wife. People, stop making your mind believe that if a woman goes into the justice of the peace and marries a woman American traditionally, that don't make that woman a wife. You got to actually have intercourse in order to be married. You can look in the dictionary. Look it up. I don't make this up. Sex is marriage. You got to literally have sex in order to have marriage. How can two women have sex when they don't have opposite parts to complete the marriage?
Right.
You can't have sex with with a strap on. A strap on, that's not real. So if one put a strap on and goes up in the other, that's not real sex. That's not real marriage. You understand? So they're not really married. They just shacking up and doing an abominable shacking up at that. Go ahead.
Sherelle, Griner agents confirmed that she has left a San Antonio military base where she was recuperating and is on her way home. Griner was taken into custody at a Moscow area airport in February in possession of vaporing cartridge containing Haddish oil, an illegal substance in Russia. She pleaded guilty in July and was sentenced to 9 years in prison on August 7th. She appealed the sentence but was quickly rejected in October. The U.S. had been
9 years and she was released in 9 months. Well, really not wasn't 10, it was 9 months. You know what I'm saying? Look at the time she got arrested and look at the time she got released. It's 9 months. She was sentenced to 9 years and she was released in 9 months. Turn them nines upside down and you have 66. Go ahead.
The U.S. has been negotiating a prisoner swap for months. President Joe Biden finally announced on December 8th that he has spoken to Griner from a plane as she flew back to the United States and shared photos of himself with Sherelle Griner and Vice President Kamala Harris in the Oval Office. Diplomat who brought Britney Griner home tells Paul Wesleyan, "We haven't forgotten you." Griner also specifically thanked Biden and urged the U.S. to continue to fight to bring in prison
You know, Sister Smith, you know that's something. Biden gets Britney Griner out of jail, and Trump gets Kodak Black out of jail.
Yeah.
Trump pardons Kodak Black. Biden gets Britney Griner out of jail. You know what I'm saying? All propaganda, all ritual. There you have it. We're going to close that out right there, Sister Smith.
Okay.
You did a wonderful job, you know what I'm saying? I want to thank you all for tuning in, logging on to another edition of ISBC Truth Channel right here on ISBC Truth with your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host,
Sister Smith Baby.
Sister Smith Baby. And if you are new to this channel, and if you want to subscribe to this channel, become a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button is a bell. Hit that bell so you'll be notified when we try to break news on you. Also, don't forget, hit that like button. We stay lit. Every day we lit. We stay lit. Every day we lit. Till next time. How you bless y'all. Stay tuned. On to the next.